Kendra. Welcome to Hooked by Happenstance Makes Monday, episode 5, Torpid. Excuse the poor lighting, it is late and this is the very best I can do to make lighting happen in my house. And yeah, it took a while for everybody to go to sleep and give me the opportunity to do all of this. Our Enamored by Entomology section, today we're going to discuss why my week was torpid. According to dictionary.com, torpid is an adjective meaning active or sluggish, slow, dull, apathetic, and lethargic, and also dormant as a hibernating or estivating animal. And that is how I have felt this week. It got hot finally here. It is not technically summer in Kansas, but it feels like it. It has been humid because we have had rain, and that rain is now evaporating up out of the earth and making it miserable most of the time, and not necessarily making crocheting the most fun experience. It is not necessarily as pleasant when your hands are just constantly just a teensy bit moist. I also finally tonight caved in and turned on the air conditioning, which you can probably hear, but I just couldn't take it anymore, and it was too windy to have the windows open, and even with them open it wasn't doing a whole lot of good. So it has been making me feel inactive and sluggish, and I really have very little crafting progress to show for my week because I didn't have it in me. And I had lots of other things going on, you know, the whole being a mom thing, so that took priority. I did learn a bonus word this week looking up the topic of torpid. Estivating. Have you heard the word estivate? Estivate is a verb. It means to spend the summer as at a specific place or in a certain activity. It is the summer version of hibernating in zoology, which I've never heard of it. I've heard the things hibernate, but there are things that estivate, which means that they slow down and are like super chill and don't burn a lot of calories or need a lot of food through the hot, dry summer, especially like snails and certain kinds of snakes and lizards, things that live in desert climates mostly, but estivate. So estivate and torpid, those are your words for the week. So if you're feeling a little sluggish, maybe you're just a little torpid. So moving on to the very few things that came off my hook this week. The first thing is this, which is pocket number 3 for We Hook Wednesday. If you have been following along, every Wednesday I've been posting a video to show you how to make a sampler pocket, a sampler front, and whatever construction. This one was actually worked from the bottom up instead of from the top down like the other two that we've done so far. And then you can hook them all together to make an advent countdown calendar of sorts, which will ultimately have 25 or 31 pockets depending on the variation that you choose. I have not been hooking mine together, mostly because then I can fit them on camera. If I start hooking everything together for this version, you won't be able to see it when I hold it up. So that is why my pockets are not hooked together. I do suggest, though, if you are working along with me, that you hook them together every week. Otherwise, it's going to be worse than weave and ends at the end. You're going to have to hook all these pockets together, and it's not going to be fun. So I did finish this. If you would like to participate, you can go ahead. There'll be a video on the end screen showing you the tutorial. The written pattern is on the blog at hookedbyhappenstance.com, and you can also follow me on Instagram at hookedbyhappenstance and use the hashtag WeHookWednesday to post your finished pockets. Even with the AC on, it's still warm, and this is not. This is cold. Okay, the other things I guess that I finished were a custom order for these two dolls. They are the BB doll and the BB boys, both by Vanja Gruntman, are made out of Red Heart Super Saver. The main colors are, I want to say it's light yellow and soft navy, but I don't remember for sure on the yellow. The skin tone is made out of buff, and the hair is made out of cafe latte, and the eyes are made out of royal blue. I used a G-hook, and these are about to go and hop into a box so they can go off in the mail tomorrow. So if you would like to order any of my crocheted critters and dolls, they are available in my Etsy shop HookedByHappenstance.etsy.com. There you will also find knitting and crochet project bags in various sizes, some with and some without handles. I did a patriotic themed large bag update this week. I've had many people interested in the bags that had the red trucks and the green backgrounds. I've actually sold out of the bags that I had made as well as the fabric I had. But on Thursday, I will be going to town and I will probably, if I can find it, be getting some more fabric, and in that case, there will be more bags at the weekend. If you are interested in one of those bags, send me a conversation on Etsy. I will start like a wait list of sorts for those bags. I already have one person that's probably interested in a large bag if I can get fabric. So if you would like a large or medium bag in this print, then leave me a conversation on Etsy so that way I can start like a little list and I will let you know when or if I can get fabric. I think I should be able to. So, moving along to what is on my hook. Bee stitches this week, which is my video on Saturday where I hook something up and speed up the tape for you so that you can see it super duper fast. I spent an hour and a half making this, which is a utensil holder for my kitchen. It is ultimately going to hang, have like wooden spoons and spatulas and things in it. Using a basket weave pattern, I'm making it up myself. It has a flat bottom, then works its way up. This is an entire skein of peaches and cream in whatever this light yellow buttercream or something, whatever the light yellow colorway is, and I used an eye hook. So that is as far as I got. Like I said, this took me an hour and a half, and this was an entire skein of yarn. So part 2, the rest of it will be filmed for this coming week, so that way you can see me hopefully finish it off. Unless it becomes a 3-parter, I don't know. But it was just too warm for me to sit down and do this all in one fell swoop. I had to stop after every round, because even with cotton, it was just, my hands were just not very comfortable. So this is as far as I got. Only other thing that I worked on this week was my Havana shirt dress by Crystallized Designs. And I'm still working on the bodice. This is made out of mystery mill end yarn that I got at Joann's. And last week I was at round 7 and I'm now at round 15 of the bodice. So, I mean, I made some progress. Most of this progress was honestly made while I was uploading various videos. This has been sitting on my desk in this project bag, which I'll tell you about in a minute. And while I was sitting there waiting for things to load, I would just start working on this and then I'd throw it back in the bag when I was done. This project bag, it was one of the very first ones that I made, and my mom has a matching one. I made them because we were going to do like a quilts, like a monthly quilt thing together. And so I mailed her the twinsy for this, like her stripes are the opposite and her back is the opposite. But it was one of the very first bags that I made, and it made me realize that I like making bags. This is not as thick. My bags now have much thicker interfacing. This was kind of me trying things out with what I had on hand, and I realized that I don't like the short weight interfacing near as much as I like the heavy weight, because there's just not a lot of substance to this bag, and I like a little more substance to my bags, you know? So this is also special because this fabric was fabric that I got at a quilt show when I was in college on a camping trip with my mom. So, you know, sacred fabric becomes a sacred bag. And finally, I have a wee bit of yarn to show you. I also bought some fabric this week, which has turned into project bags, many of which you have seen, and there are more to come. But the wee bit of yarn that I purchased as well. I had a coupon at Joann's that brought the price of Super Saver down to $2.33 a skein. So I went ahead and snatched some of that up so that I could hopefully use it to make some more toys to get me through the summer season. I've been filling out my craft show like schedule, and like I keep saying, I have summer shows. There's really not going to be a lot till like the end of summer, but then the end of summer through Christmas is just like boom, boom, boom. I think I have 5 shows that'll happen of varying sizes, but still I need to have enough on hand. So I purchased Super Saver, like I said, for $2.33 a skein. I have 2 skeins of Gray Heather. I want to use one of them to make an elephant. I had previously purchased a skein for just that purpose, and then I am now using it as the edging for my crochet chrysanthemum shawl, so I need some more gray. And because I don't have any more of the Gray Heather, I got the 2 skeins because I just find this is a really lovely color. A lot of the Super Saver colors don't necessarily look sophisticated to me. A lot of times they're pretty and I actually really like them, and I'm so the last one to hate on Super Saver. In fact, I'm a big fan. But this color, the Gray Heather, does look more sophisticated, and I also find that they're variegated. The color Dove, which is the gray variegated, looks a little classier than some variegated big box acrylic yarns. But that is not really here or there, right? I got another skein of the soft navy because this is one of the colors that is in my We Hook Wednesday pockets, as well as I used some for the dolls, and I have other dolls and things that will need this color. And they don't sell the soft navy at my Walmart, which is where I can locally source Super Saver, so I have to get it at the Joann's, which is about an hour away. So when I'm there, I picked one up because it was on good sale. I also got another skein of spring green. This is destined to be a frog because it's just cute, and this is one of my favorite green colors they have. The spring green, and I also really like their tea leaf color. Those are my favorite greens of all the greens that Super Saver comes in. Sticking with the solid colors, I also got a skein of baby pink. This is so not a Kendra color, and that is probably why I don't own anything in remotely this family, but I have a pattern and I want to make a pig. And this is going to be an adorable baby pig, and I even think I will like it. I am noticing as I'm looking at this right off the bat, I haven't used it yet, but you know, sometimes the yarn is slightly different weights. This just strikes me as a thinner gauge for a size 4 than some of the other Super Saver. So we'll have to see how that works out. It feels really soft, but the way it's plied, it looks like it's plied a little thinner. And I also got light raspberry. Again, this might be another option for the pig. And between the two, I have some other like toys that I'm thinking about making. So the light raspberry, I've used this color before, and it actually pairs really nice with some browns. Now we're on to the variegateds, and those are always fun. Got another skein of this ocean. I recently made an elephant in this color. I don't know if I'm going to make another elephant or a hippo or what, but this is going to go hang out and stash till it decides what kind of animal it wants to be. I also got a skein of Monet, which has these blues and pinks and purples and a little bit of green and yellow in it, all in kind of these light pastel, but like vibrant pastel colors. So I'm looking forward to turning this into some kind of wonderful children's toy. I also think that this would make a nice like dress and shoes for a doll, so that'll probably happen too. I got another skein of Melonberry. I have one of these in stash already that is waiting to become an elephant, but I would like to make something else with this as well. So I picked up another skein. This is Plum Pudding. I've used this before. I want to use this to make some dresses for some dolls because I've had luck with those in the past. And this is just a fun color combination. I also think this might be headed toward being a fish. And Grape Fizz. This is a beautiful variegated. If you have not used it before, it is many shades of blues and purples and kind of a, there's one shade of the purple that's almost like a fuchsia, which is just a really nice pop that's in there. And then there's this one blue that's very like denim-y, and that's a really nice pop too. And this would make a really nice like hat and scarf set or something that would be like a wearable item, but ultimately in my world, it will probably become a toy. Or maybe a cowl or something, but it's a little hot to think about cowls right now. So we'll see. It is not decided what it wants to grow up to be yet. And lastly, I got another skein of Macaw. I have used this before. This makes adorable dresses for dolls, and it pairs really nice with the turquoise colorway, and I really just enjoy it. So I don't know what it's going to become. There will probably be like a fish or something. I also have some mermaid things coming up. Not like the mermaid tail blankets like everybody has. No, different mermaids. So keep your eyes out for that. That'll be coming up in the next couple of weeks. I also got a few skeins of cotton. I got 3 skeins of this Sugar and Cream Supersize, and these are all in the color Renegade. These are going to become a summer sun hat for my going-to-be 5-year-old this week. Oh my goodness. So, you saw, I think it was last week that I finished the hat for my 3-year-old. Well, it's working out so well for him, I want to make one for my other son that has the plastic canvas in the brim, so I'll be making that. I will also probably, if I remember, write up the pattern as I go this time, and that way, if you are interested in making the hat, the pattern could be available in the future. And the last thing I got was another skein of the Bernat Handicrafter in Rustic Gray. If you remember from last week, I am working on making some cat-friendly curtains for these windows right here so that I can quit hanging a tablecloth in front of it, because that is just not a good look. And on the bottom is a gray edging that I'm making out of cotton yarn, and I was running short to be able to make the second one, so I got another skein. And it was also great buying that Bernat because it was a full regular price item. It was not on sale. I have had the problem more and more often at Joann's that either they won't like stack the coupons in a way that really makes them advantageous, or all of the coupons are for non-sale items and everything I might be interested in is on sale. So it either encourages you to buy things that you just straight up don't need, which I don't need any of that, or it makes it so frustrating. And the cashiers sometimes are very helpful about it and sometimes are almost rude. It very much depends on who you get. So that can be a very stressful thing that goes on at the checkout at Joann's. I think that is basically all that I have for you this week. Like I said, I was torpid this week. I was a little bit in my summer hibernation, but I'm hopeful that I'm now over that and embracing the heat. I mean, I figure the first step is admitting you have the problem and turning on your air conditioner, right? And I will see you all next time. On this screen here, there is a link to the We Hook Wednesday patterns. If you would like to join in, please do. There is also a link to my Etsy shop if you would like to help support me so that I can continue to make all this fun, crafty content. That would be awesome. Many of you have already, and I thank you very, very much. It has been making my day every time I hear my phone make that little Etsy noise. And there's also a link on your screen to subscribe to this channel so that you won't miss any of the episodes I have come out. We'll see you next time. Bye!